I've always been full of energy because, you know, energy makes people happy.
Derek had a very fun childhood, I'll say. One of the highlights, I think, in his younger years was a yearly visit to Disney World. And, you know, certainly I think that early on he wanted to be in front of that camera as much as he does and is today, you know, with all the Disney characters. And but a lot of fun, you know, a lot of activity and fun childhood.
Growing up at the age of 5 years old, my parents got divorced. My brother was 2, and we moved from a town that I knew and where I was brought home when I was born. And, you know, I moved to a town that I didn't know anyone.
In his own way, he became outgoing as the years went on in school. Probably fairly quiet when he started out, and then once he, you know, knew his interest of filming and camera and such, that's when the outgoing personality really came out, and the strength of just kind of doing it and being there and not caring what anyone else thought, you know, about it. And got really involved with the high school, you know, news station and filming. And so I would say that the outgoing personality kind of formed as the years went on.
The show started, I was in a pool swimming, and this girl goes, "Derek, you should start your own show." And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Now you see me, now you don't. Welcome to the Derek Z Show.
Derek, you're so funny and you're so much fun. You should start a show. And that's really where it all started. That very next weekend, he started putting his, you know, the Derek Z Show together. And I think that, you know, it started out with potentially quite a bit of criticism from his peers.
Woo! I take this as a challenge. So I'm like, okay, guys, I'm so excited. So I got 2 bagels, 4 cinnamon rolls, 2 croissants, and bacon.
You know, I can do this. I can do this every week. And you know, I started talking about celebrities and I started doing all this stuff and putting myself out there. I really didn't think about it until I experienced like horrible, horrible things that were done to me and horrible comments that were written online about me at the age of 15. It was like that moment in my life, I didn't know what was going on. I just said, I can either stop this or I can keep going.
I think that it was one of the most difficult situations from the Derek Z Show was, yes, that harassment and that criticism that pretty much anybody is going to get, you know, especially someone young putting themselves out there.
These boys were standing at the top of the stairs with pizza and they just dropped it on me. Like I was some sort of trash and some sort of person that didn't need to exist, calling me all these words and all these names and all these horrible things, saying these things that I will never forget. But when that pizza hit my back, I was like, okay, I know that I can overcome this. And I know that I can keep pushing.
It's his makeup, it's who he is. I really don't know how he did it, but at a young age, he was able to shield it all off and keep moving forward, not letting it stop any dream that he had.
Like when I graduated high school, I said, I'm free. I can do what I love. Because I felt like, oh, I had to go to school every day and I had to deal with that bullying. I had to deal with those people. But it's like I cleaned, it was like I Windexed my life. I literally Windexed my life. And it was a whole new slate. And I went to New York Film Academy for broadcast journalism. And I moved to New York right after I graduated. And I actually lived in Jersey City, but the school was in Battery Park. And you know, that experience will always change my life. The people that I met there, the people, like everyone taught me something. Like we had people from all over the world in that class. There was 13 people. And it was like, you had the culture and you had the language, you had the experience and you had the conversations that people are having around the world in one class. So I learned so much, and you know what? That was one of the best experiences that I've had.
Derek, in 6th grade, just kept repeating and repeating this, this girl that he was in his class, and he just kept talking about, he kept repeating her name over and over again. Her name was echoing through the house.
I really never talked about this publicly. I've never talked about my relationship publicly. You guys have everyone has seen pictures and seen the experience of what we did and where we traveled to. I never talked about it. And, Rafaela and I, it was like a love story.
Just very, very young, cute relationship that built into this strong, strong friendship that then built into him asking her to the junior prom and her accepting. And I get emotional talking about it. It's hard, but they were young, and everything they had together benefits both of them. And young relationships, oftentimes can stay and grow together, and oftentimes they grow apart. And I think that the years they spent, they'll never regret. And I think that for both of them, there's benefits to everything that they shared together, and the strength they gave each other, the encouragement, the structure, they equal in every way.
I wouldn't be where I am or who I am without her, because without her, I wouldn't have the confidence. I wouldn't have had the confidence to do half of the stuff that you guys have seen me do. She said, Derek, I think we gotta separate. We gotta grow separately. And you know what? It's just like a tree. The roots in a tree, they never grow together. The tree has to stand somehow, so the roots grow this way, the roots grow that way, the roots grow this way, to make sure that tree stands. And she did that for me. Sometimes you have to let the tree grow, and you have to let the tree blossom and grow up.
I didn't see it coming either. And, but it did. And he went through a really hard time to pull himself back out of that sadness of losing his best friend and his love. And he's doing well.
Jackie called me one day and she goes, Derek, I think I'm gonna partner up with Melissa Gorga to do this store. Would you come to New Jersey and meet with us? And I was like, sure. At that time I was working for Jackie doing her social media. So Jackie ended up asking me to be the manager of the store in New Jersey. And I said, you know what? It's something new. It's something fun that I've never done before. And I've always loved fashion. So I said, yeah, why not? You know what, Melissa and Jackie are a great team. We have a great team at the store, and we're all a great team together. We're a family, and we're a family of people that love fashion, that love changing people's lives with fashion and giving them that experience when they come into the store. And that's what we train everyone to do, and it's great.
The job as store manager with Envy by Melissa Gorga, a fantastic adventure, and I'm extremely, extremely grateful to both Jackie and Melissa for this opportunity. He is absolutely loving every minute of it.
Yeah, you have to put yourself out there. You don't just, if you have a passion, whatever it is, put yourself out there. Put yourself out to people to view you, to give their opinions. Because once they give their opinions, you will get better and better and better. And then you will achieve that goal, because it's when people tell you you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You can only be wrong so many times, and then there's going to be a right. You did that right. You did so great at that. That is something that you have to keep doing. Put yourself out there for criticism, for advice, because that is why I'm sitting in this chair today. That's why I'm talking to you, is because I let people give me advice. I learned from them. I let people rip me apart, rip me open. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I have the confidence to talk to you today.